Hi guys, I just wanted to quickly jump on and do a video for you guys on how to overcome the fear of showing up online, because I've just been talking to some of you guys online, and this is something that just comes up so often, if it's videos or if people are just wanting to put out their content. And so often people actually come to me and they're like, oh, I'm so good with people like face to face, I have no problem public speaking, but for some reason when it comes to online, I'm just hesitating. I know I'm procrastinating. I just have this fear of showing up. I don't know what it is. And we come up with a big array of excuses. And the funny thing is, like, I wasn't intending on doing this video at all today. It was just like I was having some conversations that kept coming up, and I'm totally not prepared. So I thought, what better time to do this video, because I can't even like see you guys. You can see I'm not wearing any makeup. I can't see you because I'm wearing my glasses, and as I was like trying to like do it with the glasses on, you can see like it's mirroring. So I was like, oh damn, like they're not gonna see me properly in the video if I wear this. So even as I was debating, should I do this video right now, I was like, oh, maybe I should just do it tomorrow when I'm better prepared, my hair's done properly, I've got some makeup on. And then I was like, no, actually that's the perfect timing of doing this video, because this is the reason why we putting out our content, right? Like there's all these different things that show up. It's about, and again, I can talk from my own experience, best, but I find this is what most people also experience. And this is always this idea of, it's really, kind of comparing ourselves, to other people and being like, oh, how is that going to stack up, to others? And is this going to be, good enough? And, that kind of idea of perfectionism, that's what I'm kind of just talking about. Like, oh, well, my hair's not done properly. My makeup's not done properly. Maybe I should do it, tomorrow. And, really all of that comes down to is that fear of judgment, right? We're fearing that we're going to be judged by other people. And I find, the thing is, for so many people, including myself, the reason we get stuck on this is because we don't want to accept it, because intellectually we go, well, I know I don't fear judgment of other people. I know it's all about me, but it's very different. I find, like, actually intellectually knowing that and actually living by it. That's definitely been, true for myself. And really all those fears, they're really boiling down to, it's a very self-worth issue. Do you mean? And it took me a very long time to accept this, because as somebody that considered themselves a very confident, out there, person that has, is a go-getter, somebody that's achieved, like ever since I've came out of university, I've run my own business. At 26, I already had a 7-figure business. Do you mean, like, so I had so much confidence that was built, but it wasn't built on actually my own, like, inner confidence. It was built on things outside of myself. And again, I think so many of us are like that. And that is why, showing up online can be a lot more scary at the beginning, because it feels like much more exposure, right? And it's much more scary. And you're like, if I'm talking to somebody just one-on-one in person, or like I said, I used to run a company and I used to interview people and I used to give big speeches in front of people, but it feels much more less, well, at least if somebody doesn't like me there and then, I can go away again. Or it just feels less, permanent, because, when you put something out online, like, it feels like, oh, everybody can see it. And we have this illusion in our mind that everybody on the whole planet is going to watch every single video we put out, right? We forget that also a million other, people put stuff out. So it's really, like I said, what I've discovered more than anything, if you have a fear of coming out, showing up online, and you might use various different excuses. You might not be like, oh, I don't have the equipment, I don't have the time, I don't have this, I don't really want to. Do you mean, like, whatever it is? The best way I find to overcoming your fear of showing up online is really just start with accepting the fear. Right? If you're accepting of the fear, and if you're accepting of your own insecurities, the most ironic thing that I've really noticed for myself is that's how you actually get rid of them, right? Like, by accepting them. Like, the more I feel so much more comfortable nowadays, like on my videos, when I'm talking to people, I will often bring up my own, like, I'm like, oh, I'm really insecure about this. Like, and often now, the more I talk about it, the funny thing is, the more I actually have to say, oh, I used to really struggle with this. Like, nowadays I don't really that much anymore, because I feel so like, through the process of feeling so comfortable about talking about my insecurities and accepting them and sharing them with other people, those insecurities actually have started to go away, and they very rarely, show up. So that's really the irony of, really building true inner confidence actually comes from just it's just all internal, right? It's accepting ourselves. It's accepting often the things that we want to hide the most from other people. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think you should go out there and just, spray out, like go out into the world online or in person and just be like, oh, here are all my insecurities, and just like, spray them around in everyone's face. That's not the cure either. It's really, you don't have to think about this. It's something that just will happen very naturally. Like it will start with you first. Like and there's certain insecurities that I am, accepting. Some of them I'm still willing to accept, right? Like I'm still in the process. Some I'm sure I'm not even, aware of yet. But the thing is, I'm not going to go and share every single insecurity I have. Like there'll be some things that I'm never going to share with anybody. But that's not the point. That's not what's going to make or break it. Like I just find that I share them, it comes out in a very natural way. I just normally do it when I feel like it's going to help somebody. Like the reason I'm jumping on here right now is just because I had a feeling that as I was talking to certain people, I was like, I think perhaps me sharing this will help somebody and it'll give them the confidence to go and look at whatever their insecurities are, and that maybe there is some fear of judgment. And if you just are willing to go and look at it, those insecurities and those fears will start going away, and you will go and show up online. So like I said, I want you to really, if you're having a fear and you're challenged, you want to show up online, but you have this fear of, doing it, my biggest advice would just be start looking, and you can journal on this. This is probably one of the easiest ways to do it. It's just ask yourself, am I fearing judgment? Am I, comparing myself? Am I trying to be perfectionist? Do you mean, is there some part of me that I just feel like I'm not worthy to, to show up online? And if you feel like it's none of those, you're like, instantly like, oh no, I don't think that's it. Like then just journal on the fact of like, why is it that I'm scared of showing up online? What do I think is going to happen? Like, what is the real true fear behind it? And if you will just be willing to go and take a look, you'll find the answers, because you already have all the answers, within you. It's not, nobody else is going to give it to you. I mean, you don't have to take a course. You don't have to hire like, a coach. You can hire and you can do those things if you want to be supported. That's what it's for, right? People, I believe, coaches like myself are there to support other people and help you, find those things. But I can't, again, when I'm working with somebody, I'm not giving them the answers. I'm just helping find their own, right? So I really hope that, has helped somebody today. Feel free, obviously, to, comment below. If you in a Facebook group, feel free to share your insights or your progress if you're wanting to kind of like work along this. Because again, one of my favorite, mantras is always action cures fear. So if you're fearful of showing up online, the best thing to do is actually just show up online. That's actually how you're going to start dealing with your fears and insecurities. And if you're really bored and you want a case study of that, go and research all my content that's out online. Like I have content for the last 4 years I've been putting out. And like, again, me 4 years ago had like a shitload of more insecurities and things that I hadn't dealt with yet, but I just put out the content. Do you mean? And I grew throughout it, even when I didn't know everything that I was doing. Even if honestly, there was time that I had no clue. And that's why you'll find so much different variants of content around from me in all sorts of formats, because I was just experimenting. I was just trying to find my feet. I was trying to find my voice. And that's how you actually do it. You just do it by doing, right? And that's the best way to cure your fear. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll speak to you guys all soon.